Hi, I'm Divij Billa. I worked as a virtual art department artist on the ICVFX shoot for Jessica Spurrell's Bury Me music video. I was part of the team responsible for creating and optimizing the virtual environment that appears on the LED wall and is filmed in real time in a composite shot with the foreground set.
Our process began with mood boarding and visual research, alongside early asset research on Fab to identify the environment elements we would need and to establish the tone, color palette and overall atmosphere before building the scene in Unreal Engine. We designed and blocked the environment directly in Unreal Engine using grey boxing and white boxing to establish layout, scale and visual structure while allowing the scene to evolve in real time. One of the main visual focal points was the Aurora Borealis. I explored multiple implementation methods and developed the final sky material, reworking the shader to blend naturally with the sky dome and cloud layers, resulting in a more cinematic and cohesive look. With the layout established, we've sourced environment assets from Fab and other professional libraries, selecting them based on visual quality, performance considerations, and stylistic capability with the environment. Asset selection was also guided by production requirements, including license compliance and suitability for real-time use on an LED volume. We sculpted the landscape directly in Unreal Engine and combined it with modular environment elements to achieve the flat-top terrain silhouette required for the scene. To support this, I created a custom auto landscape material that applied snow textures to flatter surfaces and rock textures along cliff faces, allowing the terrain to respond naturally to slope and elevation. For environment population, I used PCG tools to procedurally place trees in dense areas, while the team manually refined foliage placement where additional artistic control was needed. For atmospheric depth, I controlled layered volumetric fog along with an additional fog solution to create a soft fog layer over the water surface, allowing character models placed behind it to read subtly in depth rather than as hard silhouettes. To support realism, I built a lightweight character animation blueprint that introduced subtle looping motions in the water, ensuring the characters felt alive without drawing attention away from the environment. We finalized the environment by refining materials, exposing parameters for quick iteration, using post-process volumes to control exposure, bloom, and color, allowing fast visual adjustments during production. This workflow resulted in a Blue Lagoon environment that was visually cohesive, performance-conscious, and ready for real-time filming on the LED wall.
From my experience working as a VAD artist, I want to share a few practical points for VFX artists who are interested in onboarding as VAD specialists within virtual production and ICVFX workflows.
If you come from a VFX background, a lot of this will already feel familiar. You're still building environments, working with assets, material, lighting, and composition. Those fundamentals don't change. What does change is when the decisions are made. In VAD, we rely heavily on grey boxing and white boxing early on, because layout, scale and camera relationships need to work before detail is added. This also includes virtual scouting, where environments are explored and adjusted digitally before stepping onto the stage. It's similar to previs, just much closer to final. One important shift is that problems often only appear once content is running on the LED wall. Things like aliasing, moire or lighting mismatches may not show up in the viewport, but become obvious in camera. That's why testing and blend days are critical. As a VAD artist, you're constantly observing, adjusting and solving issues in real time across both virtual environment and physical set. Good scene organization becomes even more important. Clean kit bashing, optimized assets and readable hierarchies help reduce visual artifacts and make fast changes possible under production pressure. The key thing to remember is that the storytelling doesn't change, only the tools do. As a VFX artist moving into VAD, you're not starting over. You are adapting familiar skills to a real-time in-camera workflow.